Breakfast with the Rabbit. I'm Stephan the Rabbit, and just wanted to thank you for tuning in. And it's going to be a great program today, great Sunday, and to all our listeners, of course, thank you for your support. And of course, our sponsors, GEBE, thank you for being there for us, and of course, PGIA, the Princess Juliana International Airport. Good morning to management and staff of those companies, and of course, all the notice GB send you about electricity disruption. You got to take notice of that, okay? Having said that, I want to inform you that today, of course, we're supposed to be out of green, but now we are of blue, yellow, red in Colombia. So I got here with me my only and main contributor, Peter Gunn. As you know, we do not entertain your call, any call, but your comment always welcome at breakfastwiththerabbit@gmail.com. Well, I want to say good morning and welcome one guest once again, my good friend Peter Gunn. Peter Gunn is with me this morning, and we're going to just have a conversation, decent conversations about what's going on our environment, on our community. It is very important that sometimes we always say, this is not about environmental issue, but everything is connected, interconnection. We live in a small world nowadays, and everything that touch A have to touch B or C. That's why we got to talk about today about crime, as usual. When Peter is here, that's the only guy who can talk better about crime. We're going to talk about the labor situation, which is also linked with crime, and of course, the political promise, the damage of our salt pond or fresh pond. Well, you know what? You can keep talking. The politicians have to keep their promise. Let's destroy. Good morning, radio listener. Peter, good morning and welcome to the program. Let's go and rumble. How was the island?
Good morning. Good morning, Stephan. It's always a great pleasure to be here with you. You know that. I just want to say, the truth will set you free.
Yeah.
But first it will piss you off.
That's correct. I agree with you.
And that was by Gloria Steinem.
That's good, Peter.
So how was your weekend, Stephan?
My weekend was good, especially my weekend. I want to say good morning to my beautiful friend that I met yesterday, St. Peter. The people of St. Peter, good morning to you. My good friend Delgado, Mr. Chance, and of course, Mr. Patrick. It was nice laughing with you yesterday.
Yeah, in St. Peter's there is some pretty good characters. Good.
I had a feeling. It was a bliss yesterday. Honestly.
Was that the first time you were there?
I was entertained by people that I don't know, that just know my name and know how to pronounce my name. I like that. That was good. But anyway,
we can't forget our good friend over at the Garden too. A couple of our good friends like Leslie and Billy and all those boys.
That's those people. I'm in love with St. Peter's right now.
Yeah.
Delgado, good morning to you, my brother. Anyway, Peter, what is the situation right now? I know Friday or Thursday front page was American couple.
Now,
how do you contain or we do that such a damage control? How can we do that? What is the marketing to do we have to control that?
We have a serious crime situation, which our politicians, our elected officials, and our justice system is just giving lip service to. We need to really get really serious about the crime situation on the island. That's going to destroy our economy. It's already destroying our economy. Instead of focusing right now on building so many different projects, we have to also finish the projects that we have and focus more on and make it and giving some stimulus to the economy to get the economy moving. Taxing people to death is what's destroying this economy. We're not taking care of the crime situation. Another thing is we have too many illegal people on this island. Within the last couple of years, over 150,000 people were deported out. Criminals, not only people, criminals were deported out of the United States from Jamaica, Guyana, and some Latin American countries. Many of those people are showing up on our shores. Right now we have a population of almost 50% of our population is illegal, and that's a very, very dangerous situation. So we need to get serious with immigration. We need to clean up this island and we need to do a massive cleanup of this island. Number one. Number two, we have to stimulate the economy. We have to give tax incentives for local people and for everybody, for locals and foreign investment. Right now, it's a very unfriendly investment climate for any investor, even for locals and foreigners. Until we do those things, and we got to get tough on crime. We see the situation with these gypsy killers, where the courts reduced the life sentence from life to 30 years, I believe it was, on the appeal. I understand that. I understand in the editorial of one of the papers that they say that the lawmakers or the parliament or the politicians cannot get between the separation of powers. But it's the parliament to make the laws. The courts have to execute the law. It's not up to the court. It's not up to the judges to decide. I understand we have some kind of treaties we were not signatures to. The Holland signed with the European Union on penalties. I believe that Parliament, Parliament changed some part of the penal code that really tied their hands. We should have just kept the penal code that we had, under the Nameless Entities, because what this does, it gives you a chance to extend the sentence on review, which means that when they come up for parole, it's up to the parole board or the Minister of Justice to decide whether this person will be paroled or extended. So you could keep them in our old penal code had that you could extend it, keep them in there forever. It was up to the parole situation. Now, our justice system is really making a mockery of justice, and that's why we have these situations today. People are not afraid of the consequences. So until we change those things, crime is going to go through the roof. The way the system is set up, it benefits the criminal and it punishes the victim. And until we reverse that and change that around, we can expect it to get worse. So that's number one. We have to clean up. Now we have to really clean up this island. But I don't see seriousness within the politicians or the Justice Department to do that.
I know you've been using this podium for the crime situation for long. Now, how do you think we can clean up this island?
We need massive immigration raids. If you look at the jail population today, you can guarantee.
We used to have a lot of raid before.
Yeah, we got soft on crime. I don't know what some years back. I mean, when we were in the Antilles, we used to have a lot of raids. We've gotten, simply there's only we cannot afford.
But do you think raid help? Because I remember a lot of business officials that was crying out that because most of all businesses have one or two illegal working for them. So sometimes
no, I don't care. No. What where do they have enough?
Why did we stop?
You got to ask the Justice Department that. But if they allow this situation to continue, we're becoming
up the mess that you call the mess.
Massive rates. We have about 50% of our population illegal. If you look at what's happening up at the jail, you have more than half of that population is foreign people. Some of them are naturalized by locals, by some crazy old locals. They marry some Spanish woman and they go and naturalize all their children, but they're still not. They're not St.Martin people.
Anyway,
so until we get serious about that, we don't mind immigration. We want immigration. Immigration is good, but we want good immigration. We don't want ghetto rats and this is people from ghettos that bringing us down. Look at what's happening to St. Martin. It's becoming one big ghetto now. And until we understand that, until we take our heads out to the sand and get serious about our country, it's like your house. Your country is your house. You don't let everybody into your house. You are selected. You don't mind. You want good people. You want people with education or money. You don't want people who are just going to come to see what they can take and go. That's what's pulling us down. Immigration is always good. Every country prospers with immigration, but you want to be selective about your immigration. Look at we're becoming such socialists now. People are coming here because they can get their children in school for free. Same thing happened on the French side. We're paying people to breed. You got people now on this island in every district. A woman with 5 children from 5 different fathers. Where are you going? But the system is encouraging it. If you're going to give out welfare, you're encouraging this stuff. Now, if you a single mother with 5 children, 5 different men, what do you think you're breeding? Children need fathers. They need to have both. And not only that, 95% of our school teachers are women. You got little boys who are growing up. They don't have any father in the house. When they go to school, they'll be taught by women. Think about what's happening to your society.
What happened?
Where is the male figures? You understand? Mm-hmm. No wonder we got so many people around looking like anti-man these days. Okay.
Peter, talking about the crime at, I think, in Kupikayara, how do you feel about it? What's your sentiment?
I understand. I just got a message that they caught they have a suspect in hands right now, and it's a Jamaican already. So what does that mean?
Already? It's a foreigner, you mean?
Foreigners again. Like I said, recently within I believe it was the last 4 or 5 years, over 200,000 criminals were deported out of the United States. Jamaicans, Guyanese, Central Americans, most of them are coming here because we are so lax. We are not doing immigration raids. People are coming through the holes through the back door, through the St. Kitts connection and through the Anguilla connection, or they come to another island and sneak in at night. You have to be more. You can have Coast Guard out there, but the Coast Guard is going to miss a lot of it. They can't be there at every spot and everywhere, but we need to be strict. We need to have a justice system that's hard now. We're too soft. And
is it a question of manpower, or do you think...
No, it's not manpower, it's punishment. You cannot have a police on every... Listen, a police cannot be... You cannot have a police guarding each citizen. As soon as police turns his back, something is going to happen. You cannot... It's impossible to have a society where you're going to be a police state. I mean, if you want to make a police state, Cuba is a nice example. I mean, the one thing I love about Cuba, I don't like the system because I hate communism. But I've been to Cuba more than once. And what I like about Cuba is that you are severely punished. If you first-degree murder over there, you're going to get executed. Same in China. And if you're an armed robber, first of all, if you're an armed robber, you got to rob it at night because it's difficult to get a gun over there. Only the criminals have the guns. That means the police and the army, so they can impress the people. But if you armed rob somebody, it's like 25 years in jail, and you got hard labor, so you don't really... Crime is very low there because people are very afraid. If your wallet falls on the floor and you're walking down the strip in Havana, somebody's going to say, hey, because they don't want to be caught with your identification in their pockets, or because they're going to be severely punished. They don't make any jokes about it. They put you in a cane, feel a cut cane, and a hard labor, and you get some plantain pop it costs the Cuban government about 20 cents to feed you every day. This is what needs to be done. It's punishment. crime is very low. Now, that's the only thing I agree with Fidel on. Rest of the system, people are not free. They can't. When they move from one village to the other,
what do we do with our criminal?
We have to get serious. We have to.
What do we do right now?
Well, if it were left up to me, I would hang them on the square on the Saturday afternoon when there's no cruise ships in town. But what we need to do is keep them in jail. We cannot have this rotating system where we're putting real hardcore criminals in jail and in a couple of weeks letting them out again. I mean, what are we doing with our society? Where is the protection? I understand this human rights nonsense, but what about the human rights of the victim? So these victims are not human then. They have no rights. If somebody comes into your house through your window at 3 o'clock in the morning and you shoot them or something, they want to lock you up. So they penalize the victim. And if somebody robs a store, they go rob the supermarket or rob a PJD to stick you up. And you kill them, you're probably going to get more time in jail than if they caught him and locked him up. He will be penalized.
When they lock him up, he's going to complain that his cable TV is not working.
Yeah.
Anyway, Peter, that's Peter Gunn. Peter Gunn, we're going to go to our first break. When we come back, we're going to be talking more.
Listen, Peter. I therefore, James, am I clear? I'll go to you to the table right away. I therefore, James, Peter.
Stay on the approved tracks and treat our scenic and diverse environment responsibly. Do not support any unsustainable development and preserve St. Martin. This message was brought to you by Voice of St. Martin Radio Network.
Good morning. Good morning to our listeners. Welcome again. I must thank you, Peter. My guest this morning is Peter Gunn. If you're just tuning in, I'm Stephan, the Gerard, of course. I want to say good morning just once more. Welcome from here and around the world. This is wherever you are, the breakfast is on. Peter Gunn, should I say the only crime advocate? No.
I wouldn't say so.
Honestly, the crime issue has been trust me, I don't know how you feel about it.
You know how I feel about it?
Exactly. But listen to me. Can I ask you a question? What do you feel about the job performance of our Minister of Justice? Seriously speaking. He's not here. He's not listening, so you can say.
Well, I don't care if he's listening or not. I will tell him what I think.
What do you think about it?
I don't think he's doing. I think he's very soft, and I don't think he's doing a good job. He's not. He should have been out there already. Should have had all forces that necessary to clean up this island. Okay, we're going down the drain faster and faster. I remember when St. Martin had no crime.
Did you read any official statement?
We are too soft on crime, and we are going down the drain faster and faster. This is 2 Americans now. Next week you're going to hear another. If we continue on this track, pretty soon we have no economy. My friend, if you really love your country and you really want to protect your country, you have to step up. You have to stand up, get off your backside, and get involved. If not, we're destroying our country. We're letting people come into our country, take advantage of us, just sucking it dry, and they only come in here to scramble and see what they can get. So they don't give a damn if they pull us down. Some of them are taking Dutch passports just for the convenience. They're not. It's not that they love us. I mean, it's not people like you, Stephan. We love people like you. We want guys like you who come in to contribute. You make a contribution to St. Martin. These people are just coming in to see what they can take just to get try to get a Dutch passport for some poor old local fella that they used to give them Dutch rights for 200 and 300 guilders and all this kind of nonsense. I know people on this island that has 65 children they acknowledge, and some of them were older than them. For 200 and 300 guilders. And these are the things that backfire on us today. These are the things that's got us. And these people are carrying local names. When you think it's a local, it's not a local. Mother and father are both Dominican or some other place. But they carry names of I don't want to mention all the names, but it's the most famous, the biggest names on the island, you know who they are. Come on. If we don't step up now, we have to stop it now. We can still save it, but we have to stop it now. We have to get tough. We have to get tough. We have to get out there and get these people off the island. And you can call me a racist. Of course, if you want to call me a racist, that's your business.
I don't think you're racist, are you?
Of course I am. I'm a racist against criminals, communists, and parasites. Are you one of those?
I'm asking you.
Well, you don't have to worry if you're not one of those.
Peter Gunn. Well...
No, but Stephan, it's serious.
I'm against racism, but I'm not.
Let me ask you something. I know you got 2 daughters.
Yeah.
When you and your wife decide you want to go to the movie, and one of them is about 13 or 12 years old, and the other one is younger.
One gonna be 11.
Okay, 11. When you and your wife decide you want to go to dinner and a movie on a Saturday night, would you invite a rapist, a known rapist, to babysit your daughters?
I don't know who's now right in the face that it's a rapist or not.
You will know it's a known rapist, I said. Or a crack addict?
No.
Well, you're a damn racist too. You got to be selective about who you allow to or you understand what I'm saying? Everybody discriminates, but you have to, it's like on a Christmas. If you have a Christmas dinner and you got all your best china and cutlery out, are you going to invite a known crack addict to go have dinner and sit on your table with you?
No.
By the time they get up, all your cutlery gone.
No, I won't. Good. So Peter, okay. So the situation. What the last? Because we need to move from that subject to get to another subject important.
What's important?
Now, what one biggest one advice or suggestion you may give to our authority regarding this, what's happened that make front line of the local paper, front page of the local paper, and international papers.
Right now.
Okay. Just one advice can you give?
Tomorrow morning, get the force out there, all the police on the road, call Curacao, Holland, everybody, and start scraping these people up and deporting them, all the illegals out there. That's where we have to start. That's number one.
Okay.
Because right now we have a bad economy. On a bad economy, we have a lot of these people not working, which makes it worse. We have a lot of our own people not working. We have to take care of our own first. You won't feed somebody else children before you feed yours?
No.
So I would scrape them all up and out here. And they have to start from tomorrow morning.
That's good. That's Peter Gunn. Thank you very much for your input on that matter. Peter, let's move to one of the subjects. It's a matter. We've been talking, and I'm guessing we're going to be talking for years now. Great Salt Pond.
Mm-hmm.
Any suggestion?
You mean with concerning the new?
I'm not saying nothing.
Proposed cricket field
I'm not talking about nothing. I'm just Great Salt Pond. Great Salt Pond.
Stephan?
National heritage.
We have a major problem there. First of all, We had opportunities, we had opportunities many years ago. We have a mountain now on the salt pond. It's not a salt pond anymore. It's a garbage hill. You see how high that is? In a few more years, I mean, we have a major problem. And we had the opportunity to solve that a long time ago. We had an opportunity to bring in a major incinerator that some people was not... Politicians, some of them wasn't getting something, and they blocked it because these people with the incinerator were going to give it to the island, and it was going to pay back itself by selling the electricity from burning the garbage. After 25 years, the island would have owned it. They turned it down for some reason because somebody wasn't getting something out of it. Everything that's happening in this island right now with our politicians is what's in it for me. But we've become so corrupt. Let me just explain something to you. The more laws, if you complicate the country with so many laws like we have right now, we have lost our freedom, and that's why we're going backwards. People need to be free. When I say free, I'm not talking about freeness. I'm talking about freedom. People need to be free to progress. We've made so many laws. Just to set up an ice cream stand or something, you got to go through so much nonsense. You discourage local people from even starting. You got to go first to get the permit from over there. You got to jump through so many damn hoops, and then they tax you to that before you even start. So you're telling people, why should I try? Because you have so much. The government is like some big elephant sitting on your head. Because we've set up so many situations, so many laws. We have a big bloated slug for a government. And the more government you have, the more freedom you're going to lose. And the more freedom you're going to lose, the more laws on the books, the more corruption. Because every time you set up a new department, you set up a situation for corruption. Because you have to push the paper from there to there. You have to pay this one there. The same thing. Anytime you have oppressive governments, which means too many laws, you're oppressing the people. People don't have freedom. First of all, you can't even go fishing no more. We used to be able to eat turtle. I grew up here with mooch catching turtle every week. I can understand during turtle season. St.Martin is only this big. They only got a handful of fishermen. We didn't catch all the turtles in the world. If the Dutch people and the Americans and the Japanese and everybody else catch all turtles and sharks, that's not us. That's a cultural thing. Puppy shark, turtles, it's a cultural food. You won't get some white people from Europe and come here and tell you can't catch turtle no more. If they fish them out over there, that's their problem. But we only got a handful of people that eat turtle. And those kind of things taking away the freedom from people. The reason they do that is so they can keep you dependent, so they can keep you a damn slave so you can depend on them. But people must be free in order to be able to be self-sufficient. And don't make it difficult for them to operate. And that's what's happening to us now. We're overtaxed, overregulated. Money, I can tell you one thing right now. We have a major capital flight out of this island. People are not saving their money here anymore. Because if the taxman decides tomorrow morning, you owe him taxes, he don't freeze all your accounts. And he would leave you on a weekend with no money, not even to buy food. And my mother always tell me, never keep all your eggs in one basket. Got a basket full and all your eggs gone.
Okay, let's come back to that great salt pond, the survival of great salt pond. It seemed to me that the destruction of that salt pond since I've been on the island is only really by people that we elect as a politician because of their greed and campaign promises.
Listen,
how far are we going to go? You see, we're still in that limbo with the Emilio Wilson estate already. Now we're getting to go to another limbo with the great salt pond. Now, the environmentalists, they say they don't approve it, but hey, you see on the newspaper not long ago was that 50%.
Listen, the environmentalists are already in the pockets of the politicians because they, you don't have to tell you. Look at the situation in Lowlands there when with the rock walls there when they had to do the Otokupokan project.
Oh, this
what happened there? I know that some politicians, some of those environmentalists got a condo over there to shut their mouths. Okay.
Okay, let's talk about the great stuff.
They already listen. These people are in it. These people are in it for their own personal benefit. Okay. They pretend to be our environmentalists. The same thing with Al Gore. Al Gore, the whole world is going to overheat and die.
But what about
you ever seen Al Gore's house?
Been elected to protect and serve.
Who's elected to protect?
The politicians.
Oh, yeah,
they've been elected to protect and serve. Where their responsibility come in?
They're elected.
Thank you.
They believe they're elected to
the little guys that try to
they believe they're
create awareness.
They believe
blaming them.
They believe.
What's the responsibility of your politicians?
I gotta ask you that.
No, I should ask you that.
But they're elected, to protect and serve their own pocketbook. In my books, you don't see what they're doing.
It is easy, Peter, and you've been doing it for years now. It's easy to go and sabotage the work of the environmentalists or calling them names. But what about your politicians that make a deal or sometimes corrupt those same environmentalists?
They corrupt the environmentalists?
That's not what you said?
Well, listen, if you put environmentalists on a payroll, it's like the church, right? I believe in separating church and state. But
what is the future of Great Cell Phone? That's the question I'm answering. The answer I'm waiting for.
There's no future for it right now. I don't see it because look what's happening. They're not stopping the
same thing. There was a couple of months ago, gas price was going up. They cried loud everywhere on the radio wave. Now the same thing happened. Like Prime Minister used to tell. When you're in the kitchen, you don't feel it. Now they're in the kitchen, they can't do nothing. Every day,
Stephan,
it goes up.
They're wasting money. I believe this cricket field and the drag ships could all go on hold. There's so many projects to finish, Stephan. Not only that, if you got all this money to waste, give it back to the people. Listen, they went back 15 years on the poor people to say they can go collect back taxes for 15 years. Who do you think could suffering from that? Who do you think is the ones who they're going to penalize? It's the old people that's been here forever. They just retired when they're 60 years old. They're going to come and tell me, you owe 15 years back tax. People with small apartments and all that stuff. I mean, they're declared war on the poor man.
Yep.
When you do that. Because the people, listen, I know investors who come in here 5 years, they spend 5-6 years, they buy property, turn it over, and they left. These people are gone. The people who have been here forever is the ones who they're going to take everything from. I've seen it happening. I got people, I have some friends, they own an apartment in it, they got 4 or 5 apartments. The guy's 61 years old now today. They tell him he got to go to a mortgage, he plays at the bank out to go and pay them taxes. What going to happen to him? He's 60 years old. He don't lose that place. Either the bank will take it or the tax man will take it. He worked all his life for it. He paid it off at the bank already. Those things are not right. Those things ain't right.
Why do we vote?
Because we're a bunch of dummies. Most of us got our head up in the sand or something.
Okay.
We don't think before we vote. We vote for these people. They promise, hey, they come and they give you $50. We got a bunch of... First of all, we got some foolish people. I mean, I have to tell them. Let me tell you again. The truth will set you free. But first, it will piss you off. We have people that are voting that don't know what they're voting for. They vote for pretty face. Oh, he talks nice. He's a pretty guy and all that stuff. And we don't think. We don't think. You have to watch what the person is saying, what they stand for before you vote. Not become to come with a pretty face and grin at you, give you a cell phone, they give you $50 on election day. They keep you a slave. What they're doing is exploiting you for their own political and financial gain. You see it? Look what they want to do. They want to start projects now that's just going to come around completion next election. So what they look what we did. And the poor stupid people ain't understand. You ain't going to eat no cricket field. You're still going to be poor and hungry. We all be. No. Finish the projects you got there first. Do not give back the people their money. Why are you going to punish a man that worked all his life? Go back 15 years back tax on a man. He is 60 years old, 62 years old. He got a little apartment building, his little retirement income that he worked all his life for. And then you're going back 15 years on. How the hell at 60 years old, even if he get a mortgage at the bank, he already paid that off. You put him again in debt forever? So in the end, he's still going to lose it, either to the bank or to the tax man. That's not right. That cannot be right. And then you say you for the people. That cannot be right. For the poor people.
The small people, they say.
Yeah, what they're doing right now, they're destroying the middle class and they're killing the poor.
Now, who's going to pay back all this money they're going to be put it in the, cricket stadium or drag strip, even though it's a partnership between government and private.
No.
Who's paying back what the government wants?
Who is the private partner? No, government should get out of it. If it was left up to me, Rob, I'd privatize all government-owned companies. Government has no right in business or has no right in public housing or right in the real estate business. If government built, what they do that is they do that for a reason, to buy the votes. I'll give you public housing, and if you don't pay the rent, you know, that's why most of the people don't pay the rent. Because they figure, well, you know, I vote for him, so why the hell should I have to pay rent? Government has no right, and that's buying votes, my friend.
Peter, before we go to our break, can you tell me what is the Emilio Wilson estate? Is the government going to buy for the people of St. Martin, or is it going to be in limbo between Mr. Brookson and the business people?
I don't know if the government is going to buy it, and I wouldn't advise the government to go spend no $17 million there to buy that park for what?
But they're going in a partnership to build a cricket stadium, drag strip, or whatever. They must have money to buy it.
Who they going in partnership
people,
with, you know?
It's private. It's written in a paper that says a private.
But who's the private? But who's the private?
I don't have to know.
You have to know if they're going to tell you private, because they set up some crazy company with a friend or a brother or a cousin or a son, and they're going to tell you, and it's mostly government money going to be involved, and the next thing you know it's semi-private, but somebody's got their fingers. Somebody's got a finger, the hand in the pocket over there, and you know, that's what happens. Who's the private partner? It should not. Listen. I know. I know, in the future maybe, but we got more serious things to worry about right now. We have a situation where the economy is going down the drain. We have a crime situation where the crime is through the roof. These things are to be focused on first, and we got a lot of projects that's unfinished. Okay. Finish those first. Look at the vision they got on the front. Finish that first. We can discuss that.
We can go back there after our break. We can go back to that. Stay tuned, Peter. Don't lose your thoughts.
We abuse land because we regard it as a commodity belonging to us.
But it's very important. I don't want to. People might say, "Oh, you haven't read it. You don't know what's entailed of this project." I don't really want to read all this project. You see, we have the government, administration building that have been built. Maybe it's only 10% to be finished. And that building is there, okay, and we're renting offices everywhere. Okay, why don't put money, if we do have, into that to finish once or all? Then we can talk about cricket, drag the strip or whatever.
That's what I said. Finish the projects you have. We have
because you don't name it.
What I'm scared? No. Everybody knows when I said that you can cook. I mean, the pigeon cook on the pond. But everybody understands. Like said, for you don't speak St. Martin English, or
no? I don't know English. Speak French. No, seriously. No, let's be serious.
That's serious.
Before,
we don't need no cricket field right now. Who's the cricket? You play cricket? We got a few.
No, it's not for me. It's maybe for the
Guyanese and stuff like that. Okay, fine.
Don't be selective in your field.
No, but that's fine. Listen, I'm just saying. It's not that I wouldn't like to see it happen.
People are starving. Some other people are starving.
Yeah, they're going to eat the cricket field.
Listen, the pension. Like we discussed yesterday with one of our friends.
We got to focus on the things that's important right now.
The pensioners, the people with Alzheimer's.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. No, listen to this.
Because they can't vote anymore.
No, they can't vote. Listen to this. People that make...
The pension is 1,100 guilders.
No, less.
And they just putting tax on that. People are concerned about that. They're not concerned about dragging or whatever. Or causeway. Now we don't talk about causeway. Now we talk about people dragging whatever.
That's exactly. Listen, the minimum wage is what, 1,100 guilders or something? There's zero tax on the minimum wage because it's what do you call it, minimum poverty level, okay? But right now, the pensioners, some making 400 guilders, some making 500, some making 600 guilders. You know the tax on them? Imagine that. Imagine what that.
To build maybe some...
Taxing them on money that they work for already, now today they're getting a small pension too, 500-600 guilders, 700 guilders. And then you want to tax them too on that? No, you don't really love old people, man. You really want to kill them. And then you smile at them, tell them, vote for me, election day, I'm trying to raise your pension. And they're fooling those people. By the time those people done dead already, but, they still ain't raised their pension. And they tax them on it.
Well, Peter, you touch.
That's pretty unjust. It's unjust. Right now, our system and our government is against, it's declared war on the elderly and on the poor and on the middle class. Because they're making the middle class poor.
I just received a call, and people are concerned about the immigration issues. And you always, it's just...
I am pro law enforcement. I am pro law enforcement. We cannot run a country like this. We're destroying ourselves. Oh, we're letting ourselves be destroyed. We have to get serious. Our Minister of Justice, I don't know. He is one of those softy kind of guys, and maybe he don't care about St.Martin. I know when he comes to St.Martin.
Do you know,
he don't really care about this country.
Do you know that everything is not in his hand?
Yeah, he can decide. He can get the situation. He can get.
Has nothing to say about that.
If you're gonna, you have a country that you have a country where you have to take care of your people, my friend. Illegals, you're in a foreign country illegally, you are broken the law. If you go to the United States or any other country and you're there illegally, you're broken the law. You're a criminal. And this thing about nonsense about undocumented workers, you're an illegal alien. What are you going to tell me? Undocumented. But then listen, if you're selling drugs on the street, you're undocumented pharmacist too. You got all these politically correct words you're coming with this nonsense. You're illegal. There's no such thing undocumented worker. You're in my country illegal. You're broken the law. You're selling drugs on the street, crack, and you ain't no unregistered pharmacist. You're a drug dealer. You're a damn criminal.
If Minister Duncan call you tomorrow in his office and say, Peter, I want a 2-page job recommendation.
How he wouldn't call me? I don't think so.
Why?
Because he don't like what I have to tell him. Because I will tell him the truth. I remember I open up and I tell you the truth will set you free. What fussy will piss you off? Okay. I don't think they want to hear the truth. They want, the situation is weird. I don't know what their goal is. But let me tell you something. These people don't tell you, I out there, the poor people is vote for me, right? Now, look at what's happening to the poor people. And they do it in the Caribbean, the whole Caribbean. I've seen that happen.
Minister was an appointee. He's not an elected official.
I know, but I know he's appointed. But still, he runs on a list, huh? He doesn't get much votes. But he runs the National Alliance. I remember when, these guys lie to you so much. Including the Minister of Justice. Including Felicia Thomas. I remember in 1996. Now listen to this. I remember in 1996. I mean, Leopold is my buddy. I love Leopold. Huh? You know that. We don't agree 100% with everything, with each other. But you know,
get to the point.
But anyhow, when they busted turnover tax on us, we were down on our knees. And turnover tax was supposed to be temporary. I heard it from Duncan's mouth himself. When there was some situation in Curacao, the debt was so high that Henriquez and Poirier, they were down in Curacao, went along with the tax as a temporary measure. And that was 17 years already. And not only that, it started with 3%, now it's at 5%. And I warned them from the beginning, not going to temporary. It could always be taken off. Nothing that, let me tell you something, and I warned them then. I said, anytime you put a tax on the books, it's never going to come on. Government is a consumer, it's not a producer. So government gets used to that money. They spend more, the more money you give government, the more they're going to waste. And it's never going to come off. All they're trying to find is a new way now to put more on you. You understand? So, and that was the first thing they did. Now the thing they did, they told you hurricane or no hurricane. So man got to pay. And we were down on our news. And I blamed the Chamber of Commerce too at that time, because this Oswald Bell, whoever the President of the Chamber of Commerce was at that time, went along when I was telling them, do not compromise with no tax. Hey, once it's on, it's on. Now where Oswald Bell is? They're gone. Somewhere in the Far East. None of them living here no more. All of them take off. Leave us with this tax bill forever. They lie to you. I'm sorry, but I have to tell them the truth.
Well, like my friend Barbara Kanigita wrote, a different government, same idea. Anyway, so Peter, there's nothing, you're going to tell them the truth and they're going to get upset and that's
okay. Listen, go ahead. Now, enough is enough, Stephan. I mean, people, what's upsetting? People would not stand up and fight for themselves and the country. It's your country. If you carry a Dutch citizenship, you living on this island, this is your country. If you don't fight for it, nobody's going to do it for you. What's happening to the St. Martin people now? My father used to always say, if you make yourself a donkey, you're going to be ready. If you make yourself a doormat, people go, what? And that's what we've done to ourselves. And people are not standing up and fighting. They're just taking it. I don't know what's the matter with them. But if you don't fight for your country, and it's like your family, and it's your country, it's like your house. It's your house, you have to protect it.
You said that before, and I reiterated and I appreciate that. Because the time is a little bit, I guess we got a couple of 10 minutes with us now.
Okay.
Labor laws.
Oh.
Labor. I don't know. I haven't get the figure yet. I haven't get the figure yet. But what's the rate of unemployment? Youth unemployment,
It's about 50%. It's probably more. Youth unemployment? Yeah. It's very high. It's extremely high. We have people coming out of school every year that's not going away to study. And there's thousands of people, both from France and that side, coming out of school. We don't have jobs here for them. Listen, you see the unemployment rate that's being shown, that they're showing the statistics. That's not the true unemployment rate, because a lot of people don't go and register by the unemployment office that they are unemployed, unless they're looking for, and most people, employers, are free to employ people that come from government. Because they figure, well, they're going to be lazy because they don't even want to go look for a job themselves. They're just looking, put it in by government, hope they get a job. So, in the minds of an employer, he's thinking, well, I got a problem, this person, as soon as there's some little problem, he'll run to the labor office for me. We have a situation that we have killed the work ethic of our people by our crazy, stupid labor laws. These labor laws were put on the books after Papa Gaudet got into power in the late 70s. Papa Gaudet was a real socialist Fidel Castro follower. And so in those days, that's what ran out Largo and Shell from Curacao and Aruba. When those guys got into power, they changed the labor. They made these restrictive socialist labor laws that most countries, Europe has it. Some of your friends has those kind of crazy socialist labor laws. And look at the European situation now. Industries moved out to Europe. It's gone to the Far East or India. Same thing's happening to America. Because the labor unions and these restrictions, the amount of, the restrictions they have around your neck, they're taking away the work ethic. Nobody fires a good person. I have a small business. I'm hiring 6 people or whatever. Am I crazy? I'm going to fire my best person? But you cannot run a business if your workforce is not competitive. Think about it, because you got to compete with the guy next door. So we need to change that. We need to get back competition in the workforce, competition in the market.
What about the TOT? I know a couple of days ago, the SHTO was complaining about the TOT, and they were questioning if the government is going to be creating 500 jobs. They're raising. What's this?
The TOT, it's a real burden on businesses right now. Not only that, people don't understand. The TOT, when you're paying 5% on gross. So if you have a little supermarket and you you bought a can of soda for 70 cents and you sell it for $1, you're paying 5% on the dollar, not on the profit. So in order for you to make a profit, you would have to put 15% on the resale of your item. Think about that. Same, you're paying on the wholesaler, you're paying on the retailer. So when people thinking that's only 5% you're paying a lot more than 5%. Understand what I just said? If you buy a soda for 60 cents, you sell it for $1, you're paying the 5% on the dollar, not on the profit. So in order for you to make a profit, you would have to have 15% for it. So it drives the cost of consumer products up. So the fact is, the consumer is going to pay in the end. Like right now on the French side, we hear the Vice President talking about. The gasoline tax is too low. Imagine that. There is a depressed economy on the French side. Gasoline is very high, and these people don't understand business. They don't understand the economy. They're civil servants all their lives. If you go and raise, add more tax, you look at the French side. The French side closed down, half the island over there, half the businesses over there closed down already. And you're going to burden the business, you're going to kill the poor man. The gasoline, you're going to drive it through the roof. You're going to sit in the office, you're a civil servant, you collect your money, and you've got cost of living increase every month, every year, while the poor people are going down and down and down. If you add that more burden to the people on the French side now, by sticking them with more taxes, you're going to kill them. And then you say, I put a poor man. You won't kill the poor man, man. You're killing everybody. It's true. Think about it. You're going to burden. When I sit on the tape, I say, well, these people have no clue. Have no clue. And if they don't do that, look, you got to do that. They have no clue. All they're thinking is, I need more money to do this. They want to live a high-tech life on your back. I mean, the government, well, France had this. They're a bunch of communists anyhow. And the same with France. You know, Lenin once said, you know, if the Soviet Union was as communist as France, we wouldn't have to have the revolution. You know, when Lenin died, you see all the people crying in Paris?
Okay, Peter, I just, we're almost out of time. I just wanted you to just tell me about your sense of analysis. Use your sense of analysis and tell me, since the last government and this government, have you seen any change within our commodity or the price or anything that tell me, no, I missed the other one or I regret the other one?
They're all the same.
The other one back.
Listen, Stephan, they're all the same. They're all socialists. They all believe in the same ideology. All you're doing is changing faces. When you ask some of them, are you left, are you right, are you socialist, are you a capitalist? You know what they're going to say? No, listen. That's why. They all have if you don't know who you are, you don't know where the hell you're going. When you say I'm in the middle of the road or I am a bit of everything, you're confused. The only thing you find in the middle of the road is a white line, a dead cat, or a dead mongoose. That means because you don't have to come and going. You have to either be right, you have to be left, you have to be socialist, you have to be a capitalist. You cannot be a bit of everything. You ever see a donkey and a mongoose mix? You ever see a donkey and a mongoose? You got to be one or something. Think about it.
I don't know if
and these people don't have an ideology.
Environment
and most voters don't understand that either.
I'm lost. Like Barbara said, different government, same idea.
It's the same ideology, that's why.
Really,
all you're going to do is change faces. But what you're doing is you're actually elected the same thing there. Because they're all socialist ideology.
It should not be that way.
It should not be, but listen, the politicians will test the wind to see what will feed you what you want to hear so they can be elected, okay?
Peter, I want to thank you very much this Sunday for your contribution. And the radio listener, that's what we got for you this Sunday. I must thank you for listening. I'm Stephan.